Now this canoe is by Frederick Varley. Well, again, I did it again. This canoe is by me, but it's a version of Frederick Varley, one of his paintings of Georgian Bay. As I said, they spent a lot of time in Georgian Bay doing painting because they had a patron there who was Dr. McCallum, and he had a cottage on Go Home Bay. So this is more than likely right in that immediate area of the Go Home Bay. What a beautiful, beautiful sunset. Really striking colors. I did my best to match up the colors. Now, when I picked this particular painting, and if you recall earlier, I mentioned that I didn't have the same kind of colors available in the boat paint, in the canoe paint, marine grade paints. So I looked for colors that were similar to the ones I had, and I found this particular painting. I thought, perfect, this is perfect. So this, too, is a very early painting by Frederick Varley. And again, this is extremely influenced by Tom Thomson's style. Now, everybody had met Tom. They all worked with Tom. Most of them had worked with Tom, but they'd all at least painted with him, and most of them had gone into Algonquin Park and worked with him in Algonquin Park. And so there's a good chance that Tom was here this week when they painted this painting on Georgian Bay. Beautiful screaming sunset. You got these beautiful oranges that change into these greens and fade off into the darkness of night up here, which is kind of really nice. And it's augmented by the silhouettes of the iconic Canadian pine trees that sort of became a fixture of the Group of Seven work. Now, the other interesting thing about this painting is I finally figured out a way on this project to include Tom Thomson. Now, he was not an original member of the Group of Seven and had passed away prior to them doing any shows. So he didn't get a canoe. So we have 7 canoes, but he doesn't get one of them. But when Mr. Varley was hanging out in Georgian Bay with Tom one afternoon, he painted Tom Thomson on the rocks. So this is a portion of a painting, and it's very similar in this area here. And he didn't have any detail in the face, so I didn't put any detail in the face. So I tried to make it look very similar to Mr. Varley's painting of Tom Thomson. So we included Tom in the project after all. So this is it, and it's another painting by Varley, and it's about Varley's painting's about that big, the one of Tom, sitting on the rocks in Georgian Bay, almost probably in the exact same area when he was painting this painting, maybe the same afternoon or maybe the same weekend or a couple of months later. So wish I knew.